And Erin, when she got elected, she hit the floor running. I mean, she got to Topeka and there wasn't any learning curve. She got right after and did a wonderful job for us. So it's my pleasure to welcome you and have you safety.
Well, thank you to my very gracious boss. Speaker America's just been so gracious to me. And I was elected with a precinct committee convention in January, and the 2nd of January, on the 10th of January, I was sworn in, and the 13th of January, the session began. And I've been a political junkie, I think, since I was about 16 years old, so I thought I was pretty well versed in what was getting ready to happen to me. But let me tell you, this has been one heck of a ride of a session. I don't know if you've read the newspaper or listened to the TV, but we did a lot of things this year, and some of them wasn't all that popular, but I've really learned a lot, and I think the Lieutenant Governor hit on one thing that's really impressed me and something that I'm really working hard towards, and that is the funding of our schools. We had the Gannon decision, which was a Supreme Court decision that came down and said you haven't funded enough in your schools, and it was a long road to get to the bill that came out, and the Lieutenant Governor is exactly right. If you read the paper, you would think that the teachers are not being paid, that we're cutting jobs, that they're in fear of their jobs. When what's really happening is in Shawnee Mission, the largest school district in the state of Kansas, those teachers got a raise for the first time in 4 years. And how did they get that raise? They got the raise from the $126 million that the legislature gave to them this year. They also decided to extend tenure as part of their contract. Well, that's all that we were saying when we passed the bill that we passed in the State House was, instead of the state mandating that you have to negotiate for tenure, let's let the local districts decide if they want that. Shawnee Mission decided that they wanted to do that. Lawrence, which I think is the bastion of most liberalism, decided they did not want to do that. So, that's up to them. They have a process to re-elect different school board members if they want to do that, and that's how the process works. So, school education, school financing is one thing that's really near and dear to my heart. I've got 12-year-old twins that attend the Olathe Public Schools. My daughter Isabel is here, and I just want to tell her thank you so much. She was a big help today with all the food and everything. My son Luke is playing a baseball game, and my husband is there. But I have my parents here, Mike and Peggy Farr. I have an aunt and uncle here. I have a lot of supporters here. I'm actually just very overwhelmed by the turnout tonight. This is a dream come true for me. I mean, I pinch myself. It's the hardest work I think I've almost ever done. I don't know if some days I'm making the best decision, because the best decision is maybe not one that I get to choose, but it really, the hard work that I've put into getting a legal degree and pushing forward has paid off, and I look forward, for me, I grew up in the district that I serve. That's pretty important. That's pretty special that I get to serve my friends, my neighbors. Some people that are my precinct committee men and women I've known since I was about 8 years old. That's pretty special, and it also comes with a very high bar for me. So when I'm passing, pushing the buttons, I'm not just doing it for Kansans as a whole, but I'm keeping in mind the people who I have to run into at the mailbox, or that I go to church with, or that I might see at the grocery store. So this is a great honor for me. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for my special guests, and I think the Secretary of State is going to be here at some point. Oh, good. Well, then great. I appreciate all of them taking So thank you guys for coming tonight, and I'll introduce.
You really want me to speak right now?
Yes.
I have no idea what's just been said. Perfect timing. Well, you probably already heard how great Erin is and what a great start she's already had. Well, Erin rocks. You all know that. And we need to elect her. Do you have an opponent? Okay, well, we need to absolutely crush the Democrat opponent, whose name is?
Steve Wright.
Okay. No, I mean, this, I'll say this. Look, 2010 was a watershed year for Republicans in Kansas. We had the clean sweep of all the statewide electeds, plus the congressional delegation, plus we had a new high in Republican control of the House. And I think a lot of people are thinking we're going to slip this year. And we have to show them that we are not going to slip. We're actually going to continue building. And Erin's case is a perfect example. You know, not only are we going to hold this seat, we're going to hold it and have a big majority so that the Red Star is not going to be writing about how Republicans, they're going to slip sooner or later. It's all going to go back and we're going to have a Sebelius-style Democrat governor again. This seat, like so many of the seats, but in particular this one, where we have someone who hasn't run before, this is going to be really important to not only win, but win big. I don't have any doubt at all that Erin's going to win. But we have to show that Republicans are really not only, you know, is the pendulum swinging in our direction, but this isn't a pendulum effect. We have built a sizable Republican majority in Kansas. Erin is a great legislator and is, you know, already established herself as a good representative of this area. And you know, she's going to be a great person to build in the future. And we've lost some leadership this year already, like with the retirement of Lance Kinzer and others. And so I see her not only as someone who's going to be a good vote, but who's also going to be a leader over time in the legislature. So I'm delighted to be asked to say a few words. And I'm sure it's already been said by the Attorney General, but thank you for supporting Erin. She is going to be great. I have no doubt she's going to win. But this level of support is really, really important. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys again for coming. Feel free to mingle and eat and drink with you, Mary.